Hello everybody, what's happening? My name is Sonja Marie with Wordlife Astrology on this gorgeous God-given Monday. Today is October 7th. It's 2024. I'm here to give you some astrological information as well as some spiritual understanding sprinkled on in there. If you're new to my channel, I'm so glad you found us. Thank you for being here. And if any of this information resonates with you, please and very please hit that like button. Subscribe and let YouTube know. I want to hear more of Sonja Marie and the people that roll with her. My team, the folks up there. You know. And if you are coming back, you the reason why I'm here. That's for sure. Thank you. Just thank you for supporting the sister as long as you have, even if it was for a week or it's been 12 years. I appreciate you more than you know. All right, let's get down to it. Listen. If you are planning to come to DC on October 26th of this year, I think that's a good plan. But you have to get your tickets by October 14th. Yes, you have a week. Registration ends. If you need a payment plan of some sort, because I don't want to be in your pocket, I don't know how your money is flowing, you can pay a little bit now and a little bit closer to the date of the day retreat. What's going on in the day retreat? Like waist bead wrapping, some good food. Sonja Marie is doing a writing workshop. And on the side, I can talk a little astrology to you off time. There'll be some sound bowls, sound bowling, and some beautiful people in the most colorful location I've ever seen. I want y'all to check out the link in the description box below, okay? And if it feels good to you, come on and see us. I'd love to hug you, all right? Don't waste no time. You got a week to register. Let's get down on it. You want it. Get down on it if you gotta feel it. Okay. Today is Monday with that moon in Sagittarius. So if you're feeling a lot of physical energy, expel it. Yes, when the moon is in Sag, we have a lot of physical energies. And it's a good day to just feel happy for no freaking reason whatsoever. I hold on to that notion just a little bit. Maybe it can bring you through a hard spell today. On Tuesday, though, the moon stays in Sagittarius, so our emotional feel would be that of it was on Monday. However that came out, you know what I mean. Same as Monday in regards to our emotions. But on Tuesday, two aspects are happening that I want to bring some attention to. First up, Venus is trining Mars. That's a beautiful thing because last week Mars was up against the gun. It was so many planets that were squaring Mars that this is the week in which we can get the go. Mars is about motivation, action, confrontation, anger, sex even. So if you had a dry spell last week, maybe it's time to get it on this week. But at the very least, last week kind of felt like you were a bit immovable for whatever reasons, because people weren't being fair, because your partner didn't want it to happen, didn't want the fairness to happen, didn't want to move, didn't want to do the things, didn't want to have sex, right? So this week with Venus trining Mars, it's about the value, Venus, coming back and hitting what? Mars. The execution. That's a beautiful thing. They're in the right alignment. Come on, y'all. Listen, I always say when I teach astrology that Venus is like the chick and Mars is like the dude. Venus says, honey, I desire to do X, Y, and Z. Mars says, all right, baby, I'm going to take it there. I'll do whatever it is you need. The execution, right? So when they're on the same alignment, it's a beautiful thing. The beautiful thing is this, that it's emotional, because that Venus in Scorpio says, I want you to feel, I want you to get that passionate feeling real deep, like all of the secrets and or the mysterious feels and or ideas of passion that you had, bring them on up to the surface so Mars and Cancer can take it the long haul. Mars in Cancer is not a slouch. And I always say that because people think water signs, in a sense, are kind of like, they're pliable, absolutely. Emotional, absolutely, but not a slouch. Strong as heck, understand that. So when this passion comes up on Tuesday for you to do something different. Do something that you said you was going to do 20 years ago, 5 years ago. And all of a sudden you get this welling in your soul. Mars in Cancer says, I know exactly what to do with that. And when Mars in Cancer moves, it doesn't move like Sag or fire. It doesn't move like air, real cerebral, trying to figure it out. It doesn't even move like some practical earth energy, like bit by bit by bit being organized. Mars in Cancer in water moves with a fluidity that's going to take you exactly where you need to be. Have you ever followed a stream down the mountain going to the ocean? That's what Mars in Cancer does. So if you try to control it, you try to push up against it, you try to tell it to go one way instead of going the other way, it's not going to argue with you. That energy is not going to lash out at you. It may get a bit emotional, but it literally is going to find its way. You will find your way in order to get to where you need to go, in order to execute something flawlessly. But it has to be within the flow. It has to be within the emotional understanding of a thing. Take this new passion that's coming up for you and be patient and watch it go down the stream in a way in which you can be proud. Don't rush it. It's going to happen however it needs to happen. All right? Yeah, that Cancer energy got you, baby. It's going to happen with love, too, and a lot of nurturing on that. Also on Tuesday, number 2, another aspect. Mercury trines Jupiter. Remember, Mercury is in Libra, and it is trining, which is harmonious to Jupiter in Gemini. Now, I need y'all to really get this one. It's the real reason why I listed this to talk to y'all about. Why? Because Jupiter is about to go retrograde the next day. So if Mercury is hitting up Jupiter before it goes retrograde, that means we need a plan, Stan. That means we need to figure some things out in regards to the blessings, the opportunities that have been coming to us. That means we need to communicate with people and how we can keep those blessings coming. Even though Jupiter's going to slow it down, we want to get our head clear. Ask the questions, qualify, journal, meaning get out the things in your writing about the things that you want to do over the next couple of months, with or without Jupiter's help. And the reason why we journal all of these wishes, so to speak, or these things in which we want to do to take advantage of these opportunities is because we keep it fresh on the dome. And we keep it fresh in the universe. So Spirit knows this is what we still want, even though there may be a delay, even though there may be a slowdown, even though some people may want to shit on your plan. Some people may want to talk bad about it. Some people may want to, I don't know. I'm picking anything out because when Jupiter goes reverse, again, it's in Gemini, so it's about communication and it's about multiple things. When it goes reverse, people wants to take the people, and you for that matter, and other people and other situations, want to take the shine off of the good time. And if the shine is off of the good time, then somehow, some way, we may get our panties in a bunch, may get a little upset about it. But Mercury is saying, don't get upset about it, because I'm sitting here letting you know it's about to slow down. So what can we do? Cerebral-like, planning-like, communicative-like, writing-wise, right? In order to solidify those blessings, in order to say, you know, they're mine. Even though they may go away for a little bit, they'll come back. Whatever is coming back will be mine. I hope y'all get that. So the next day, Wednesday, the moon goes in Capricorn. Ooh, that means that energy that we've had when the moon was in Sagittarius is now going to be a little productive. So now we have to do the things, okay? On Wednesday, when the moon goes in Capricorn, be productive. Because at the same time, on that day, remember I said Jupiter is going to go retrograde until February 4th, 2025. And the thing about, again, Jupiter going retrograde is all the things that Jupiter brought, opportunities. I kind of listed them already. Also, spiritual doctrines, like new spiritual laws and or religion that you start to follow, new ways of life that you started to follow, even new classes, workshops, going back to school, if that's been on your mind, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, I don't have the money to go back to school. Oh my God, that money that I was going to use for that workshop, I got to spend on my rent, or whatever the case may be. It starts to slow down just a little bit. Please, please don't get emotional about it. And I say that only because I respect emotions. If y'all don't know, I have a sun sign Cancer. I respect emotions all day and night, right? But we, in my opinion, need to utilize emotions during this really sporadic time in a way in which we feel it, let it go, and move on. Feel it, let it go, and move on. Feel it, let it go, and move on. We can't hold on nor become a miser, a hoarder to any of the emotions that we're feeling, or in this case, any of the blessings that Jupiter was trying to bring. Please don't do that. Feel your emotions and know that Jupiter's slowing down for a good reason. Okay, for a really good reason, and do your very best to detach from any emotions that are happening right now. Because again, I don't know if I said this on YouTube, but I have on IG that this open portal that we are going through, walking into this new age, is really, really unsticky right now. Unsticky. Nothing too much is sticking, to the point where it's literally, we are being taught to grow, to get stronger in our stance before anything wants to marry us. A new job, a new marriage, a new relationship, a new friendship, a new place to live. It doesn't want to stick yet until you are fully developed for this particular leg up, for this particular plateau. You get that? And only God, only Spirit, only your higher self can measure when you're ready. So please be patient with you, the universe, and all things that are happening right now as Jupiter slows down for sure, because it's going to feel like the party stopped. And the party didn't stop. The party's just making you stand up a little stronger and recognize who's in the room. I hope that makes sense. On Thursday, October 10th, the moon will stay in Capricorn. So keep knocking out that to-do list. Keep getting things done. Be serious as you can be in order to reach the top, that mountaintop, as well as find a way every now and again throughout this day to hug somebody. Because sometimes when the moon goes into Capricorn, we can get a little cold, a little serious, a little unemotional towards people. So you might have to stop yourself and remind yourself to smile and to rub somebody's back every now and again so they let you know. So you can let them know that you're still alive. And you got feelings, okay? I said all that to say, really, 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 is because on Thursday as well, one aspect we should point out is that moon in Capricorn is now going to square the sun in Libra. Yeah, they're 90 degrees away from each other. That's a square. Now, that means this moon in Capricorn can act as if it wants to take control of something or somebody. Or maybe it's along the lines of my example that I just gave you. It's way too serious. But the sun sign in Libra, the core us, our ego, is like, it's a party. Relax. Have some charm. Be diplomatic about a thing. We don't have to be so serious and hardcore and trying to reach the top in this moment in time. There is a battle happening on that day where we feel like we got work to do. I got to be serious about doing this thing. I got to be responsible. But the sun, the ego self, your sun, your ego self, your core will say, I want to relax. I want to kick back. I want to have a nice, healthy debate with somebody. I want to share information with somebody. I want to hang out with my partner. I want to rub up with my boo-boo. I don't want to think about serious things and bills and work and how to reach the mountaintop. That's the conflict, y'all. Find a way to do a little bit of both. It's how you deal with squares, okay? Start of the day, deal with your bills. By the end of the day, wrap up with your boo-boo. And don't let them find one another. Don't do your bills in the bed. That's all I'm saying. On Friday, y'all ready? As I was explaining on Instagram, and I really encourage y'all to do that because I'm not going to repeat everything I said, but there are a lot of feeling of slowdown that has happened in the last couple of months, but they're about to turn back around, right? They're about to go forward in a way. Because why? Even though Jupiter is going to go reverse on Wednesday, on Friday, Pluto's going direct. That's an interesting trick right there. Because all our blessings are slowing down, but Pluto is saying, you got your power now? I got the power. Pluto is about power, is about transformation, is about Pluto, superiority, authority. Pluto, I like to call the Tasmanian devil, because that mug just whips stuff up, destroys things, because it wants to create something new. Again, like I said on Instagram, I always defend Scorpio energy because Pluto rules Scorpio in that way. A lot of people think that Pluto and Scorpio energy just wants to be dramatic and, outlandish and just, cause problems, when it actually just wants to get rid of the things that cause the problem in a really violent, oftentimes obvious way, so it can create something new. It's necessary every now and again. So with Pluto going forward, it's like, are you ready? Because the new things that we're about to create with this new sense of power, this new sense of authority for self, you got to step up to the plate, boo-boo. And you may not need Jupiter's blessings right now. You may not need a lot of things that you think you need. All you got to do is walk in the room and stand still. Squirrel, have you ever seen Michael Jackson or any really, really powerful performer? And I think they have performance coaches that tell them to do this. But they walk out on the stage and they just stand there and look at the hundreds of thousands of people that's cheering them on. I'm sure it feels like wind in the tundra or something coming at them, but they just stand there. You know why they do that? First of all, there's a bunch of reasons why they do. They're probably saving their voice because they don't want to sing just yet, and they let the audience give them their love. But another reason why, in the analogy that I'm using, is to reclaim and to stake their power, their position. You get that? That's what Pluto going direct is about. Standing on the stage of your life and reclaiming your power. Say, I'm here. I'm bossed up. I'm better. Oh, let me try this thing I used to try back in the day about a year ago, and I used to poke you like, that's not working any longer. I told you, I'm better. Y'all get me? Get it on ya. And be better for your damn self. Not for nobody else but you. All right? Okay. On Saturday, I like it. I like it a lot. Because that moon is going into Aquarius, alleviating some things, bringing some friendships around, some new friendships, maybe reclaiming or reigniting some old friendships. Yeah, allow them to come back in with that moon in Aquarius. That's a friendly, friendly energy. And it's going to trine the sun. Because remember, the sun is in Libra. We love when the moon and the sun come back together. I mean, 2 days before that, it was fighting, but when they come back together, we celebrate, right? On Thursday, just to reiterate, that moon was squaring the sun. On Saturday, it's going to trine, which is harmony. And being that they're two air signs, I mean, listen, have a good conversation with people, maybe go to a museum, maybe go to a library with somebody. Reason being, air signs are cerebral. They love communication and good debates. They love reading. I mean, maybe find a good book club or a good book to snuggle up with on that particular day. Maybe you and your friends can go out to a cafe and learn new things and or meet new people. I mean, honestly, the examples are endless. But on Saturday, when that moon in air is trining that sun in air, it's literally about being airy, being a little bit lighter in your seat, meaning have these conversations that make you laugh, that make you intrigued, that spark your intellect, that keep you curious, okay? That's why we're moving forward, and that's one of the things to help us as we move forward, is to keep staying curious about life, about your life, about your steps, about the new things that are coming. Be excited about it, okay? It's coming for you. And your people on the other side are not going to let anything come to you that's not supposed to. Trust in that. And lastly, on Sunday, the moon is going to go into Pisces. So it's going to slow us down a little bit, have our feels a little bit. Maybe we feel a little psychic, a little nebulous, kind of confused, but kind of like out there. Relaxed in our own peaceful way. Maybe closer to God in some kind of way. Go to church that day or connect with any reverends on on internet, the World Wide Webby thing. But I also want y'all to keep in mind that Mercury is going into Scorpio that day until November 2nd. Now, Mercury in Scorpio, even though Venus is in Scorpio right now, Mercury in Scorpio has us ask the probing questions. Mercury in Scorpio has us become more keen, more observant to the things that are going on around us. Mercury in Scorpio loves, phone sex. Why? Scorpio is about sex, but it's more so about the passionate byproduct of sex, to be quite honest with you. Scorpio is all about passion. So how do you speak and communicate passionately to arouse another, to send them love, to send them light, to send them like an exaggerated feeling in which they've never felt before? Why? Because Scorpio can pull those feels from the depths. Feels, F-E-E-L-S, can pull those feels from the depths of who you are. Trust and believe. And I love Scorpio for that. And it wants a chance to communicate that. It wants a chance to be determined to communicate that. Mercury in Scorpio gives us a newfound sense in our mind, that is, of passion and determination. It's time to get laser freaking focus with Mercury and Scorpio. How are you going to get from 0 to 60? That's the real question. Scorpio does nothing in the median. Scorpio does nothing half-ass, always. So if our brain, the whole world, are going to be ignited with some Scorpio passion, get it on you. And let yourself feel good about the one thing. If it's not others, just that one thing that gets you that gets you going, that makes you want to really wake up in the morning. Like, lean into that more. Lean into your passions and make it happen. Figure it out, Mercury, and then make it happen. Now, just before Mercury goes into Scorpio, and it may seem like I'm backtracking, but I kind of forgot to tell you this, and I want to make sure I do. When Mercury is in Libra, before it goes into Scorpio, the head may be a little confused. Why? Because it's going to square Pluto in Capricorn. So before we get these passionate feels that I just explained, you may feel a little confused and indecisive about your own power. No need. It will be a temporary throw off. Like, who am I? What am I? Should I do this with my partner? Should I do it by myself? Oh, I don't know. Is that fair? Should we go over here? Well, maybe I'll be mean or looked at as somebody who's selfish if I don't include people in my thoughts, in my ways of being, in this new powerful stance that I'm in. Oh my God, what are they going to think of me? What do I think of myself? Possibly, maybe before that Mercury goes into Libra, like I said and I alluded to, we may get a little indecisive, heavily indecisive. Again, all the questions. But when that Mercury Libra goes indecisive, honestly, sometimes it can eat itself out, meaning it really gets hard on itself. And the brain starts to go into this barbed wire fence of nothingness. Don't do that to yourself. Please and very please. If you find yourself confused early Sunday, do yourself a favor, relax, pull back, possibly meditate. Think of the things that are mulling over in your mind and grab those things that are most important. If they are important, then you build on those with love. If they're not important and they don't really have a place for you in that moment in time, discard it, send it love, and release the control of it all. I'd appreciate it if y'all were to do that, truly, because that Pluto in Capricorn wants you to hold on to some kind of control that your thoughts, your Mercury, ain't got yet. How is that even possible? So don't let yourself wig out, okay? And then when that Mercury goes into Scorpio, now we can be determined, boo-boo, because we know what we want. We know what we want. We feel it. We're determined to get it. I know what I want to do right now. Stop messing around with y'all and go get this card. Let's pick a card. I sometimes get this card myself when I'm doing personal readings for me. And it always reminds me, this Cancer for show, to stop looking behind you. Stop looking in the past. What we need to do right here and now is happening right here and now. Let's go forward. No postponing anything. All right? Okay. The woman in this picture is living in a gray landscape full of unreal cutout clouds. Through the window frame, she can see colors and light and aliveness. And although she would like to move through the frame, as we can see by the rainbow colors appearing on her garment, she can't quite manage to do it. There is still too much what if activity in her mind. Tomorrow never comes, they say, but no matter how often it is said, it seems that most of us tend to forget the truth of it. In fact, the one and only result of postponing things is a dull and depressing feeling of incompletion and stuckness today. The relief and expansiveness you might feel once you put aside all the dithering thoughts that are preventing you from acting now will make you wonder why you ever waited so long. Ashe. So come on, y'all. Come on, boo-boos. Get up off your booty and do the thing that you told yourself and God that you was going to do. No more time to postpone it. No more time looking behind us. It's time to roll. You ready? Listo? Lista? I am. And I'd love to see you in DC for those that are coming to this day retreat that we are throwing with Under the Hollis Tree. Yo, you need to get your ticket now. The registration ends on October 14th, okay? Be good to yourself. Be good to everybody that's around you. Understand that what is coming in and through and under and above is not meant to all stay. It's rearranging who we are. So be patient. Have fun while you're doing it. And be discerning, knowing that everybody can't go on a ride with you, boo-boo. Not everybody can go on a ride, okay? Talk to you real soon. See you next week. Adios.